Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today is another day of me trying to explain another Super Mecha Champion Mecha. And today's Mecha is called Northern Knight, okay, in alphabetical order that is. So, Northern Knight is considered as a heavy armored and assault type of mecha, but I can assure you it is not an assault type of mecha. Do trust that, right? This is not an assault type of mecha, but this is a heavy armored, and you could say that this is a hit and run type of mecha because after doing some quantity of damage, it can basically hide in a very good spot. That much good it is because of its tactical skill. Anyway, so this normal attack is called triple heavy artillery, light fan throw, secondary attack. This one is called shield charge. It's basically a tactical skill that uses its shield before charging so that it can do both damage and can hide from the enemy. Okay. Now this one is a normal jump, and this one is a defending core skill. Okay, so it basically causes this shield to turn into this blue thing, and when it is activated it will take damage instead of the main mecha, but it is not very perfect. Some attack can actually go through. Okay, so to give a proper demonstration of this mecha, let's go to the training ground to actually talk about it. And also you need 20,000 of this gold to actually get this mecha. Okay, now let's go to the training ground to actually talk about. Now, another thing about this mecha is I have used this mecha a lot to actually understand how this mecha functions. But because I have not been using this mecha for quite a while right now, I am unable to say what were the settings that I have used before. So, yeah, I'm gonna take it slowly because I have been using Doomlight for a very long period of time that I am very comfortable using Doomlight even against this, what should I call it, this mecha, because the thing is this mecha is good for defending. Okay, let's see. uh, Sorry about that. Okay, so this mecha is good for defending, but the problem with this mecha is that this mecha itself is not the best shield mecha. Okay, as a result I depend on Doomlight on a regular basis. So anyway, let's talk about the attack module. So when it comes to the attack module, there is heavy mag and there is efficient charging. So in heavy mag, increases the clip capacity of the primary weapon by 6. So this is basically what happens, it becomes 20, and increase the speed at which the shield energy bar increases by 20%. So basically speaking, this is the shield. So it has a uh, durability of 1600. So what happens, increases the speed at which the shield energy bar increases. It basically means that if the shield durability gets below 1600, it will increase at the speed of 20%. Okay, now it depends on whether you want to be using this or not. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. If you want high clip capacity, then obviously it is gonna take a little bit longer time for this to actually fully recharge. But if you want to use this shield, because the shield of this mecha is the main thing that makes this mecha good, then obviously you have to sacrifice the bullets. So the question is, okay, with all that in mind, will these 14 bullets be good enough? Well, it is gonna be good enough. Let me show you. So when I use this, okay, on the enemy, obviously the enemy is gonna take damage, but while it is reloading, I can use the secondary attack, and then again I can shoot with the primary weapon. So what it basically means that you do not have to worry about the bullets being 14 bullets only, because overall if you give recharge capability to this mecha, sorry, low reload rate capability to this mecha, obviously this mecha will be able to uh, reload a lot faster. So you do not have to give this mecha additional bullets. Rather, what you have to do is to give this mecha efficient charging. So, okay, so don't worry about the bullet. So this is point number 1. Now point number 2 is on the defense module. Now in the defense module, it says that increase the shield HP by another 250, and for this one it basically says it will convert your normal durability into shield durability. So let's see what happens. As you can see, 15% has been more added to the total health bar, the shield, extra shield that is. So this one obviously is a very good option instead of this, because as you probably know, this durability doesn't recover. It can only be recovered by if you have Yori's mecha skill, otherwise it will not work. Okay, what do I mean? In that case I suggest that you stick with this one, because putting full authority on the shield is gonna put a lot more problem on your normal durability. So from that point of perspective, I suggest that you stay with this armor conduction. Now when it comes to the propulsion modules, there are two propulsion module. One is hydraulics, increase the movement speed and jump speed when using the shield, and increase the dash distance by massive. Okay, so let's see how much it does when it comes to dashing. So let me put that mark, whatever it is gonna be, I'm gonna subtract by 3. Okay, so it is 67 minus 3 is 64. Okay, now let's do it again. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, let's go back to that place. Okay, so it was 64, right? Now let's try it again using this massive one. Okay, okay, now let's see. So 75. Okay, so 64, 65, 66, 75. So you are basically getting about 11 meter, little bit more distance. So the question is, okay, is 11 meter a lot? Well, obviously from my point of perspective, no. If it was, let's say, 20% more, then obviously I would have done it, but it's not 20%, it is less than 20%. So obviously because the overall distance it can travel with this assault jet is lower, I suggest that you use this one. Now another reason for you to use this one is because when you actually use the shield, you can probably see that the movement speed of this mecha goes down a lot. So obviously you have to compensate for that, because you have to move and then shoot and then jump as well. If you don't have this ability to do that, then obviously your chances of survival against any of the other mechas in the battlefield is gonna be extremely hard. Okay, so yeah, from that point of perspective, using the hydraulics is gonna be a lot more efficient than using the assault. Okay, and obviously you can still do your assault attack. Okay, see, you are still doing attack damage, but at least you will be still be able to move a little bit faster. Okay, then in case if you're wondering, okay, it doesn't seem that fast, well, look at this, it is even slower. So yeah, from that point of perspective, I suggest that you use hydraulics. Now when it comes to the core, let's talk about them. Powerful throwing set, increases damage, flight velocity, and impact round of the secondary weapon. So it basically makes the secondary weapon a lot more powerful. Okay, and here is the another one, which is increases chamber pressure. The lower the HP of the shield, okay, HP of the shield, the higher the damage of the primary weapon, and it can stack up to 20%. So whatever the damage is, it will basically increase up to 20% when the shield is 0. So what it basically means that if you do not have shield, your enemy is still gonna be have to be afraid of you, because your overall damage output is now gonna be 20% higher. Okay, now the question is, would I select this one? Yes, I would select this one. Why? Because no matter what you do, your secondary attack will still have about 9 seconds of cooldown recovery, whereas if you lose your shield, you're gonna be having a large quantity of attack percentage from the primary weapon. So yeah, from that point of perspective, using this high pressure chamber is gonna be a lot more useful than using the powerful throwing set. Okay, So these are the modules which I have selected. Now let's go to this place to actually talk about this Mecha's long range attack. Now when it comes to long range attack, this Mecha is okay. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so when it comes to 300-meter damage, obviously you can see that if you were to shoot uh, continuously, not all of the attacks are getting hit, and even if they are getting hit, it is not doing as much as damage as you could do in a mid or even short range. So obviously from that point of perspective, if you are just trying to give a warning shot to the enemy, don't give warning shot to the enemy using the primary weapon. Use the secondary weapon to give the enemy a warning shot. Oh, wow. Oh, okay, I didn't know this. Last time I tried, it actually went through. So I guess the settings got a little bit changed. Okay, the secondary weapon doesn't actually reach there. So yeah, don't use this Mecha to give any warning shot to the enemy that are basically 300 meters away, because if they are sniper type of Mecha, those Mecha will be able to destroy you very easily, even if you have the shield. Okay. Now let's talk about the mid range. Now according to me, the mid range is when the crosshair of the uh, Mecha is actually smaller than the Mecha, but this time it seems a little bit bigger. But this is the distance where I usually do my mid-range performance. Okay, now let's see what happens if I were to do a mid-range attack. So in a mid-range attack, you can probably see that it is doing massive quantity of damage to the enemy, to the point that the enemy is going to lose about 90% of its durability. So yeah, that is a very good thing. And afterwards you can basically use the secondary weapon to the last damage. Okay, so the overall question remains, is this an assault type of Mecha? The answer is no. Okay, as you probably saw, with all of these attacks, primary and the secondary, it is still couldn't destroy the enemy Mecha very easily. So what can you do? Obviously you have to continuously attack on the enemy Mecha. So yeah, this Mecha needs to get a little bit buff. It has been unbuffed so much that it is not considered as an assault type of Mecha. The developer of this game should actually need to change that. Okay, now when it comes to the short range attack, however, in the short range attack, obviously the things that you must need to do is to activate the shield. And oh, in the mid range you should also activate the shield. I forgot. Okay, in the short range, obviously you have to activate the shield and you have to jump and shoot. Otherwise, the enemy will be able to shoot you very easily, and eventually you will have to use this tactical skill to launch at them, so that if you are out of bullet or the secondary attack as well, you can basically launch at them and do damage to them. And it does about 333 amount of damage. That is way less. Okay, so anyway, this is basically when it comes to this Mecha's short range attack. Okay, and another thing is, in case if you are doing some short range attack and suddenly you see that you are actually losing, you can basically use the tactical skill to get away. Okay, now let's talk about the sneak attack of this Mecha. The sneak attack of this Mecha is obviously this is a right shoulder point of view game, so you can use sneak attack if you are behind an object and you are attacking the enemy from the right shoulder point of view. Okay, what about the secondary weapon? The secondary weapon didn't actually got blocked. Okay, let's see if I were to aim a little bit. Yeah, the secondary, both the secondary and the primary weapon doesn't get blocked. So yeah, you can do that. Okay, 1 second you are shooting with the at the enemy, another second you can just basically hide by one movement only to the left. So yeah, that is a very efficient way of saying that this Mecha is very good in sneak attack. Okay, this is sneak attack 1. Sneak attack 2 is you jump, use the secondary and then get down. Okay, this is sneak attack 2. Now in the sneak attack 3, you obviously need to go to this higher platform to perform the sneak attack. Okay, with the secondary weapon and the primary weapon as well. So yeah, you can use both the primary and the secondary weapon of this Mecha to do a sneak attack. Okay, now let me check something if it can do a. Okay, let's see again. if it can do AoE damage. Yeah, it can do AoE damage. So in other words, there is gonna be a sneak attack 4. Okay, where can I use the sneak attack for? Well, don't worry, let me go to this place and then eventually I will show you. Okay, sneak attack 4 is basically when you know the enemies right below you, but you cannot see them. You just have to shoot below and then enemy is gonna take damage. That is sneak attack 4. Obviously, it works on any mecha that has a bullet or some sort of missile capability, and if you just aim below them, obviously then they will be able to get destroyed by your attack. Okay, so yeah, from that point of perspective, there is total 4 type of sneak attack that you can use upon using this mecha. And don't use the tactical skill only to use the sneak attack, because uh it's gonna be a little bit problematic. But if you see that the enemy is low on health, but the enemy is in such a place that you must need to go near them and then use the sneak attack again, then obviously you will have to do the following. You have to go that place extremely fast as possible, so that those players doesn't have enough time to recover. Then obviously use the tactical skill to go there extremely fast, and once you are there, just use the primary and the secondary weapon to destroy the remaining health of those enemy pilots or mecha, whichever it is. So yeah, this is total 5 type of sneak attack. Now you have seen a certain similarities between hot steel and this mecha, that both of these mechas have the almost similar properties, except this mecha cannot actually jump. Yeah, sorry, float. This mecha cannot float or use propulsion. So that's basically the only difference with this and hot steel. Okay, now let's talk about this mecha's tactical skill. Now the tactical skill of this mecha is similar to that of hot steel, but the overall duration is actually a lot lower than hot steel. Okay, so the question remains, is it good enough? Yes, it is good enough. If you are suddenly getting attacked, then you can basically jump out of the place, and if you are behind a certain object, obviously the enemy will not be able to shoot you. Okay, so that is one of the thing. Another thing is you can activate this, so that if you are out of your tactical skill, you can use this, so that you will get just enough time to make sure that your tactical skill recovers. And yeah, once your tactical skill has recovered, obviously the next thing you might want to do is to get out of this field again. Okay, so yeah, these are the 2 methods of using the tactical skill. One, you just use the tactical skill to get out of the place, and if you by mistake use the tactical skill a lot earlier and then the enemy starts shooting at you, you can use the shield to block the attack by a certain amount, and then you can use the tactical skill again to get out of the field. Okay, so yeah, that is basically how this mecha work in terms of running away from the battlefield. Okay, so the last question remains is, okay, is this a mecha good in surviving in underwater battle? Well, let's see. I must need to be over this mark. Okay, yeah, you can, this mecha can jump over this mark, so it basically means that this mecha can shoot at the enemy, but I cannot guarantee if it is gonna be more than enough. Let's see. Yeah, it is not enough. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say you are at the certain part of the match where you have to uh, run across a large body of water. Okay, and you have to go under the water. So obviously, if a pilot were to be coming towards you, so what can you do then? Obviously, the only way of survival is to make sure that you can defeat them before they defeat you. But as you probably saw, this mecha cannot stay in the air, so obviously this is not a very good option. But you can use the tactical and then launch at them something. Okay, like just enough to make sure that they stay away, but it is more of a warning shot rather than assault type of shot, because if you were to use any mecha that uses propulsion, then those mecha will be able to destroy any enemies that is on the water floating, either by using a hoverboard or a unicorn. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it, that this mecha ability to survive underwater is not the best, okay? Like not the best, more like it's not gonna survive. Now, another thing about this mecha, a trick that I have learned is mostly gonna be useful if you are in a situation where you are facing against enemies, where the enemies are basically your team deathmatch type of enemies. Okay, like they are gonna be coming from many places, and you must need to go to a higher platform to stop their attack, or even go to a lower platform to stop their attack. The best thing you can do is use this tactical skill to do that. Okay, so I was basically under that place, and now I am top of it. Okay, let me do it again so that you guys will be able to understand. There it is. And then, yeah, I am now over this place. Okay, so this is one of the method that you can use to run away from the battlefield. Another escape mechanism. Yeah, that is basically how this mecha works. And truth to be told, I have fought against other players. Like there are what should I call it? What is this mecha? This mecha is called Northern Knight. Yeah. So I have played against other people who are pro Northern Knight user, and yet they are still having hard time defeating my Doomlight. So yeah, no matter how good this mecha is, this mecha is still gonna have hard time defeating Doomlight. So yeah, you have to be still be careful against Doomlight, even if this mecha is good against most of the mechas, except I think Arthur, because Arthur's normal attack, okay, can still causes paralysis. So yeah, if you still get hit by Arthur up to 4 times, you are still gonna get paralyzed. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. Now let's go to the lobby. Okay, so now since we are in the lobby, let's talk about these mecha mods. Okay, okay, okay. Now you guys might be thinking, okay, this mecha has high shield, so we should give this mecha more shield, right? Well, I doubt about that, because here's the thing: the shield, whichever shield you give, obviously what will happen is it is gonna be added to the normal durability, not to the this shield here. So obviously from that point of perspective, giving this mecha additional shield is obviously not gonna work. Yeah, this mecha has a low fire rate. Sorry, this mecha has what am I saying? Wait, let me check. So uh, this mecha has low clip capacity. Okay, so if you are worried about low clip capacity, then obviously giving this mecha higher reload rate is a very good option. Okay, so which is why I have given this mecha high reload rate, because do trust me, when you are in a battle, even 2 seconds is a lot detrimental issue, because if the enemy gets away, even with low health, they are gonna come back at you with full health again. So that is a detrimental topic. So yeah, having higher reload sorry lower reload rate is gonna be a lot more efficient for this type of mecha. Okay, now let's talk about tactical skill cooldown. Now obviously, as you probably saw, that the tactical skill of this mecha is similar to that of uh hot steel. So if you are wondering, okay, should this tactical skill be used the same way as hot steel? Yes, then obviously you have to give this mecha a lot more of this quick cooldown plan and this engine boost. In doing so, this mecha will be able to get combat skill recovery of 3.2%. Obviously, this is not the best, okay, but it can be done even a lot better if you were to have the following uh, pilot mecha skill. Okay, now let's go to the pilot mecha skill to actually talk about that. Now, obviously, let's start with this one. This one is good, but not the best, because just by having durability is not good enough. You must need to maintain the durability. So for that case, this is the best one, because this one will basically make Northern Knight do tactical skill a lot more often with a total combat skill recovery or tactical skill recovery is gonna be 10.2% lower. Okay, this one is not gonna work unless you jump a lot using Northern Knight. Only then it might work. What I meant to say is normally I said this one is not needed, but in order for what should I call it, Northern Knight to survive, obviously you will be needing fuel. Okay, so yeah, this is a 50-50, which is why I will give this a good but not the best. This one is the best one. Okay, like I do not know what else to say. Like this one is actually the best one. Why? Because you'll be getting more durability if you use the proper modules, which I already showed you. Rather, if you want 10%, a little 10% more shield durability, then obviously this is the best one. Okay, like I highly suggest that you use this one, this gravity amplifier. Now this one is very good for the normal durability, and is this one is the best one in battle royale only, but not in team deathmatch. So don't use this on team deathmatch, but in battle royale. This is the worst one. In order for you to activate this, about 90% of the mecha durability must need to be destroyed in order to get 13.5% of total damage output. Not good. This one doesn't work on Northern Knight. Now, this one is not particularly good for Northern Knight, which is why I'm not gonna say this is good. This is the bad one because it has three flaws: 3 seconds of speed only, 7 seconds of cooldown, and only work when you hit the enemy. This is the same as thing, which is why it is not the best. It is a good one. Okay, this one is the best one if you want to use quick shield recovery. So if you want shield recovery to happen a lot faster, then obviously this is the best one. Okay, like when I say this is the best one, this is actually the best one if you want shield recovery. This one is only good at the beginning part of the game, but afterward it is not good. And also Northern Knight is not good at long range attacks, so obviously from that point of perspective this is not a very good one. This one is a bad one for Northern Knight. Okay, now this one is actually the best one for Northern Knight because if you want to do uh, a continuous shooting at the enemy without taking too much time in reloading, obviously this is the best one. This is a good one if you have recovery item. If you do not have recovery item, this will not work. This one is good because this one can be used as much as possible because a Northern Knight has the ability to uh, run from one place to another very easily. So obviously it is gonna hit the enemy nearby, but the only problem is it is only gonna work at the end part of the battle royale, but not at the beginning. Okay, now this is the best one for overall damage output because you do not have to shoot at the enemy, you just have to use the secondary weapon, and after using the secondary weapon, the attack is gonna become the primary attack is gonna become 22% more powerful for 7 seconds, and it has a cooldown of 9 seconds. Okay, this one will not work on Northern Knight because Northern Knight cannot stay in the air. This one will work, but it is not a very good one because as you probably saw, the Northern Knight overall damage output in the shield throw or whatever it is called, the secondary weapon, doesn't do that much damage. Okay, so yeah, so what is my overall conclusion on which type of character pilot mod or pilot mecha skill you should be using? Then here is the thing: this is the best one for tactical skill or combat skill recovery. This one is best for normal durability recovery. This one is good for shield durability recovery. This one is good for maximum damage output. Okay, these are best, not good. These are best. Sorry about that. This one is best for high amount of shield durability. Okay, This one is best for high amount of uh, reloading capability or reloading advantage. Like you will have lower reloading time needed to reload. Okay, so yeah, these are the one, two, three, four, 5 and 6. These are the 6 pilots which are gonna be good, sorry, not good, best for Northern Night. Okay, so anyway, if you find this video useful, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time.